Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 73 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20. First carry for Leonard Fournette. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Bortles. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Lucy.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you'd gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. The first is good acting. You want to let...
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Allen Bailey in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs. Kansas City sitting at 6-1, and they got to 6-1 in very convincing fashion with that 35-point win over the then 4-2 Bengals, a team that they'd lost 4 straight to going into that Sunday night affair. But Kansas City's rolling. This is a potential Super Bowl team, right?
It certainly is, and this team went 5-0 last year, then lost 6 of their next 7. I don't think they're in danger of doing that. I know people look at their defense and think, that's the weak link. But remember, they have pass rushers. That's always big because you can slow down a team that way. They take the ball away from people. They've been opportunistic over the years. So I think that, like Atlanta a couple years ago going to the Super Bowl with a subpar defense, this team can do the same. And last year's Super Bowl was decided by a defensive play when the score was 38-33. You just need one in a big ball game, and Kansas City has the guys who can get it for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Left, 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 left.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Bortles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's look back to some of those crazy finishes in Week 7 of the NFL last week. I mean, it seemed like every game had a wild finish.
It certainly did. Dallas, Washington, Brett Maher off the upright from 52 yards following a questionable penalty against his long snapper that moved the ball back 5 yards. How about Cleveland, Tampa Bay? Cleveland claws his way back in, and then Tampa Bay wins the ball game with Chandler Catanzaro kicking the big field goal from 59 yards in overtime. Remember, he missed a 40-yarder in regulation. Justin Tucker missed an extra point. That's the headlines in and of itself. His first miss in the NFL. And New Orleans gets away with a victory. And New England, Chicago. Chicago throws the Hail Mary at the end of the game. Kevin White, 54 yards. He needed 55.
Yeah.
Stopped at the 1 yard.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hail Mary come that close but not get in. Bortles will try again on second down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2. Now third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Bortles going to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They're going to try and throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on fourth down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Left, 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 left.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On first down, Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 26-yard attempt. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. He got 29 yards that time. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you?
He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Into the red zone. It's Bortles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
372. 372.
Now Bortles again. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He got 29 yards that time. This is Hunt, and no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. On the run, this is Hunt. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, here's Bortles. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, here's Yeldon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
11.
Now Bortles. Got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fella's got the memo And they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time they're able to bottle him up as he'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Mahomes now to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They run with Hunt. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back.